Have you been trying endlessly to finally get your channel monetized on YouTube? I was in the same boat you are, and in this video I'm going to show all the tips and tricks I learned along the way that helped me get there. So stay tuned, don't skip around too much, because I'm going to put all these tips and tricks all throughout the video. Come along with me and I'll show you everything I know. For us to get started, it's important that you know a little bit more about my channel, what it's about, and how it evolved over the years. So here's my main channel page, and as you can see, it's a tech channel, mainly specializing in Windows and tech tips, and I have an introduction video right here for new people that haven't seen me before, and then it goes on for popular, and then my general tech tips, etc. So my most popular video as of yet has 303,000 views. That's what I'm going to call the banger video that just took off and put me on the map. But it always wasn't like that. If we go further down, I really wanted to just do videos to relax. So I'm here hiking in the woods, catching bass, snorkeling, scuba diving, deep sea fishing, just you name it, I did it. I made a whole bunch of shorts, and just drone photography, money saving tips, ChatGPT. It just went on and on. I was kind of like all over the map, and that's one of the problems that held me back. So if we go into videos and then look at oldest, so here was my beginning, and this is kind of what I regret a little bit. Back, I think it was 2011, I did a tech video comparing this really fast hard drive to the brand new SSD drive, and it didn't do really anything for about 6 months. So I got frustrated, didn't look at YouTube, turned it off for 5 or 10 years and just ignored it. And it turns out later I looked back and said, oh my gosh, it's got 37,000 views. If I had known that, I would be Linus Tech Tips right now, because I could have started out back when that was early beginnings. But anyway, that didn't happen. And so then I wanted to do videos to relax. So I have fishing, solar panel stuff. I got a drone. Here's some drone stuff that I put up, more fishing, and you name it. On and on. But what I found that those videos didn't really get that many views. Like here, 36 views for that, 500 for that, 173. The views were just low, and every time I put something out, it was just low numbers, and it got real frustrating. But as you can see here, I started sprinkling in some tech videos, and I noticed that when I did that, look at this, 17,000 views. So once you get to my newer videos, you've got 136,000, and the numbers got really big. So essentially YouTube wanted me to be a tech person, as much as I didn't want to do that, and I just wanted to have fun and film and fish and do that kind of stuff. There's other people that do those hobbies and are experts at it, where I'm not. I just have fun doing them. I do a pretty good job, and it's what I wanted to focus on. But the YouTube audience really valued me for my technical ability. All day during the week, I'm an IT service company, and I fix like hundreds of computers and clients around town and do that full time. So I'm really good at it, so the information that I provide out to everybody in that regard is very good. So this is probably what you're looking for in this video. This is a graph of my banger video that just took off and got me on the map, got me monetized, and continued to make lots and lots of views and money for me. So as you can see, it's got 304,000 views, which is just mind-boggling. So in the beginning, this video grew really slow. Like you can see here, the number of views doesn't go up too big, too fast. And then it wasn't until about here it started to take off. So this video was 122 days old, and it took YouTube that long to finally figure out who the audience is that they should show this to that would appreciate it and keep watching more and more of the video, as opposed to clicking away. But once that happened, we'll keep going to the right. You can just watch it take off right here. Look at the views just climb and climb and climb and climb. So up with that, now that I was monetized, I get to earn income as those ads pop out. YouTube shares 55% of all the money goes to you if you're monetized. And that's really cool. That's powerful. So of course you want to make the most captivating, intriguing videos that you can that keep viewers watching longer and liking your content, so you can get up into these big numbers. So here it jumps over 300,000. And then the other stats here, this one video so far has been watched 13,800 hours, and it's brought in 3,800 subscribers, just one video, and then there's an estimated revenue from it. Now the funny thing, and a good thing to know for you guys, is that once a video is over 8 minutes long, you can put mid-roll ads, or meaning more than one ad that shows at the beginning. If it's more than 8 minutes, you can interject in between, and this could have made twice as much money, or maybe not quite that much, but close, if I just made it like 6 seconds longer. So live and learn. Anyway, so that's my most popular video. So you might be wondering, why did YouTube push that video so hard when I've got another 100 some videos on my channel that didn't do nearly as good? Well, the answer often lies in the audience retention. So this right here is the audience retention chart that shows the time point in the video and what time the viewers dropped off. So there's a secret there. There's the 30-second retention is right here where that line divides up. And then it also says down here, so 58% of my viewers that clicked on the video were still there after 30 seconds. And that actually is pretty good. It's hard to keep people with so many things out there. They'll click away. If your intro is too long or boring or doesn't get them excited, they're gone, they're out of there. So the way YouTube sees it, if you can keep the video viewer for 30 seconds or more, that's going to put you way ahead of the pack. And then there's another critical time period, the first 5 seconds is so ever so important. If you spend 10 hours on 5 seconds of video ever, do it on the first 5 seconds of your video, and then take any extra time, do the first 30 seconds. Add B-roll, make it interesting, pose a good question for them to want to watch the rest of the video to get the answer. You have to intrigue them, you have to dazzle them, put some shots of what's coming up in the video that's really great, but just tease them, show them just a little bit, and then say, stay tuned, more is coming later in the video, don't miss it, or something thereabouts. So that first 5 seconds, if you get a high retention rate, and on the first 30 seconds, if you have a high retention rate, that's really the key that makes YouTube rocket that video to the moon. So on this video, unlike my other ones where I just kind of hit record and slapped it together and didn't put much thought into it, before I shot this one, I was like, let's do a script, let's pick out some B-roll, let's look at different things that would make somebody actually who wants to see the information get even more deeply involved in the video and make it where they just can't click away. So I'll even share with you a clip of my first few seconds of this one, just to show you some tricks that I did. Instead of being a long, hi, I'm Jason, here's a video about yada yada yada. Check this out. If you're about to sell, discard, or donate your computer but don't want your personal files and settings getting out to the next owner, this video is for you. Hi, my name is Jason Bagnell, and I've been an IT professional for 30 years, and I love making videos helping people like yourself get through some common IT problems. So to do this, it's actually really simple. So as you saw, that intro was short and sweet. It had B-roll clips, it had things that related to the video, and this was about secure erasing your data, so people were afraid of security. So I put all this like hacker looking stuff up there and got them even more concerned and involved to where they have to watch it because they definitely don't want what they just saw to happen to their private information. So I think that intro was like 20 seconds long. It did a great job in the first 5 seconds, and then I probably went a little bit long talking about me, but then I went right into the topic and got going and telling them how to do the thing they were looking to do. If you don't do that quick enough, you'll lose them for sure. So remember, as short as possible, powerful intro, and jump right in and eliminate the fluffy stuff. So basically, in a nutshell, what I found out was the first 5 and 30 seconds are critical, but also the thumbnail and the title are really, really important. You can spend a month making a video, but if your title and thumbnail don't even get the click, you just wasted your time. And there's a lot of videos on YouTube about strategy to develop great titles or use AI to create better titles, and you have to create the graphics and what should it look like. So I'll let you go on your own and figure all that out. But if they don't click, you don't get the view, nothing happens. So another interesting thing to know is your watch time from subscribers. That means people who actually subscribe to your channel. How loyal are they? How much more are they watching compared to new people that come in and they find you on YouTube search and just want to watch the video? So here's my chart, and it actually looks bad, but I'll give you a reason why that's not necessarily bad. So 99% of all the traffic, all the videos viewed on my channel come from people that are not subscribed, and only 0.9% of my views are from subscribers. So on a typical how-to channel like I have, the viewer basically goes into YouTube and they just type in a search for how-to or how do I, and they just want their answer. They don't really care, who gives it or what channel it comes from. They just want a good video that gives them exactly what they need. And then the trick is, once they like what they see, they might go, that person did a really good job. They might have other videos that I like, and then that non-subscriber becomes a subscriber, and then your audience grows. So in my case, since that one video is getting hundreds of thousands of views, even a small 1% of people subscribing is a pretty substantial growth to my channel. And the trick with YouTube also is that as you get more subscribers, it really does become important to have more, because let's say you go from 1,000 subscribers to 4,000. Well, now that's 4,000 people now that might get your thumbnail on their YouTube homepage, whereas before you didn't have that. So in a way, it's like the bigger you get faster. So channel growth is key too. But don't worry too much. Actually, I like the fact that I'm reaching a huge audience. Those are people I might not reach otherwise if I just had a regular channel. So I'm not bugged about it at all. But a strategy for a channel like mine might be to make a few more videos, kind of like this one, that lets people know me and what I'm about, my personality, and I could make some videos that weren't aimed at solving a problem or monetization, just more something to hang out with everybody and get to know each other. So that's one trick I might do in the near future. This is something else I'm sure you guys want to see. It'd be interesting to see like Mr. Beast's dashboard to see what the heck's on it, but here's my channel, and that's all the stats as of today for the last 28 days. So as you can see, 93,000 views, 4,200 hours watched in 1 month, where I was struggling to death to get to just 4,000 over the period of a year. And then I picked up 541 subscribers and made just over $400 in the last month. And then if you change that to 365 days, remember I got monetized on December 7th, so it's only going to really go back to that for the money point. But here's the different videos that I posted, and you can see I was really going at it here. 3 videos in that period, 3, 2, bang, 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 short, short, long, you know, so I was putting them out a lot. And then honestly, when I reached monetization and I had that big banger video just picking up tons of views and likes, I was kind of burned out. I had a lot of stuff going on in my personal life, and I really didn't put up much of anything from then until now. So just now I'm getting motivated again. I've got a new YouTube studio set up, and I'm going to start making again. But even though I wasn't posting much at all, you know, it just grew and grew and grew. And then if we click on estimated revenue, here's the dollars per day chart. And you'll see when I first got monetized, I jumped up to $2 a day, and I was ever so happy. I mean, because I did 100 videos, didn't make a dime. It was just fun, and I had a good time, and people appreciate it. But so $2 a day, and then I did something like 2 new videos here. Next thing you know, I made $10 and $6, so I jumped from 2 to 6, and then I had that one banger video was just going like crazy. And then it's not that much harder to get everything to double. So like here I am at like 6, and then as I go forward, now I'm around 10, and then you keep going, 12, 13. I got up here somewhere, I got like $18 in a day. And that's without really even putting out many new videos. I think these two, you know, this is a little 1 minute how to move your start menu over, so that's a short nothing. This is a, hey, thanks for 5,000 subscribers, so that's a nothing. So really we have to go back to March 10th, and that was a video where I took a hard drive up in a drone and dropped it. Tried to do like a Mr. Beast style, but that didn't relate with my audience at all. I only got like 140 views or something. So if we go back even further, there you go. This is tech stuff. So since February 10th, I haven't really even put a tech video out, but the channel has grown and grown and grown, and money keeps coming in, and those videos keep going up. So if we click on advanced, here is each video and its performance. Let's see here. We'll sort by estimated revenue. So let's look at the money makers. And then this chart right here, it looks at like this blue line is my banger video. So it came out and it just went ballistic at this time period, and then kept on going. And as you can see, it's almost peaking as high as it ever did when it went viral, or what I'm calling viral for me. And then I made a video on Windows 10 how to reload. That's the green line. So that video is also doing really good. And the cool thing is if you take the difference from the top of this green line down to the bottom, and also add money-wise from the top of the banger video all the way down, they compound, and then that makes that really it really makes me happy. So if we scroll down here, you can see all my stats for the last 365 days. So the one video there is made 1158 followed by 550, and that video seems to have the same momentum as my other one. So my goal is to understand like what my audience wants to see me present, and do a good job making more of that kind of content. So of course, if you go down the list, you can still make money on your videos that didn't relate, but it's like for $1.67, you look at what was my subject and then just try to ask yourself, does my audience care about that? If not, I don't need to be digging into that. Go higher up the list by views and by earnings, and then just make more of what everybody wants you to create, and you'll be successful. So people often wonder, if you're a small channel, are you at a big disadvantage on YouTube when you put out a video compared to the gigantic channels? And believe it or not, from everything I've seen, the answer is no. There are people that have actually created a new channel and then uploaded their first video and gotten over 1 million views. So what happens to all the rest of us, though, is that when we first started our channel, honestly, we're not that good. Our videos aren't that great. They're amateur looking. We don't know the right way to present, and we make our intros too long. And we make every mistake that you can make, as compared to when you're a year or two down the road, you're so much smarter. It's not that your old videos were horrible and they didn't help people. They did, but the problem is those videos didn't hit the exact right metrics with YouTube, like the retention within the first 5 seconds, 30 seconds, likes, comments. Also, you want to reply to every comment on your channel. That'll help increase your engagement rate and everything. So as you go, you learn more tips and tricks that allow you to get better with each and every video. So you learn some stuff, you apply it next time, learn more, apply, get better, get better, get better, get better, and just keep putting out videos. And by the time you're done, they'll look pretty darn good. So I myself, I started out really amateur, and one thing is, don't try to be perfect, just put something out. So the thing is, you just have to get started. Try not to be a perfectionist. When you get a good idea in your head for a video, go ahead and just create it the best way you can and put it in there and click upload. Make sure that you put a good title and you fill out the description with relevant text and you put in some keywords. It'll ask you for all that when you click upload, and just see what happens. And of course, your first videos are going to be kind of novice, but as you go along, you'll get better and better and better, and you'll see things improve. But the reason those people were able to get 1 million views on their first video is those are people that have already had a YouTube channel and they already knew how to make the beginning and the metrics and the thumbnail and the title, and mainly the idea. It has to be interesting enough for somebody to click on it and then intrigue them in the beginning of the video. So they put one of those out there, and they have proven that they can get 1 million views with their first video on a new channel. So that's hope. So if you watch something, like I do tech, but say I watch Linus Tech Tips and they present something and I just think, I could do a lot better than that. I could actually make a video about the same thing, do it better my way, present it well, and then my video can leapfrog theirs. Even though they've got, 6 million, 10 million, 12 million subscribers, I have less than 10,000. I could actually show up there right with them, and then that would just make the channel explode. Also, another trick is that you can look at the big producers and channels that have millions of subscribers and just look at, how do they do it? What does it look like? What's their set? Does it sound good? Just learn as much as you can and just recreate what they have. You don't even need fancy equipment. Like you see these Shure mics that cost $400 or $500 each. No, you don't need that. You can actually record on your iPhone, get a little stand and do that. I'm only using a $120 Yeti Blue mic, and I think it sounds just fine. What do you guys think? There's no need really to go crazy with a green screen and everything. That's what I've got. Those are really difficult to get the lighting right and to key it out and everything. So just use a natural background when you're getting started. It'll keep you from getting frustrated in the editing process. Here's a tour of my current YouTube studio setup. So as you can see, I've got this gigantic green screen, and somehow I got away with only using these 2 lights to light it up. And then in front of that, here's my computer desk with the 2 monitors, and I've got my Yeti microphone. And then just above that, I have an older Nikon D5200 camera and a key light to light me up a little better. And that's it. So of course, you don't have to use all that stuff for your studio. Like I said, you can just start with an iPhone. It's that simple. Those things actually record really great video, and they do a pretty good job with sound. There are little external microphones you can plug into the bottom, whether it's an iPhone or Android. Just buy something that works with your device. Because like I mentioned earlier, the audio quality is most important. People will bail out faster than ever if your audio sounds bad. So make sure that's good. The video quality, of course, it's important, but people are a lot more forgiving as long as they can see a somewhat clear image of what you're doing and what you're up to. I've shared a lot of tips and tricks with you so far, and most of them do seem to be centered around making a video that's good and meets all the metrics for YouTube. And that's not the whole thing, but in my opinion, that is the most important thing. So once you're good at making videos and you present well, you choose topics that are really interesting that people want to see. Maybe not everybody, but once you find your niche, those people, if they want to see it, it's going to do really good. Combine that with keeping the intro really short and intriguing and getting them to watch over 30 seconds for the intro. Those are all signals that'll make YouTube skyrocket the video as long as it's good. So in my opinion, if one banger video can make a channel go from 200 subscribers to like 4,000 over the period of a few months and get you monetized, why not focus on doing a really good job trying to get to that video quickly? Learn as much as you can, spend extra time. My biggest problem I had was I always wanted to slap the video together. I was excited, yay, it's done. It's a lot of work and the editing takes a long time. But I would put it up before I put all the things in there that really would have made it take off. So I have videos on my channel that probably would have went well, but they were too long, too drawn out. The intros were not right. They didn't get people interested enough to stay on the video and watch it more than 30 seconds or 2 minutes or whatnot. So anybody else that made a video on the same topic that did a better job and got those things right, their videos will take off. So if one video can get you there, that's why I'm concentrating on making that one video. And you have to make lots and lots of them. Like, I think I wasn't monetized until I made about 120 videos, which is crazy. I got into shorts for a while, and shorts are great to build your audience quickly, but it's really hard to make them go viral. There's a lot of other things you have to know on that, but they're just quick, and a lot of people will tend to click subscribe, which builds you. And your goal right now is to get to that 1,000 subscribers. It almost doesn't matter how, because once you get there, your next problem is monetization with the 4,000 minimum watch hours that are required within the last 365 days. And so my story on that was that I finally got to my 1,000 subscribers, and then I looked at my watch hours and they were only 2,000. And I was just like, oh no, what do I do? Everything I've done to this point only got me half of my watch hours, so I need another 2,000. Where are they going to come from? But the good news is because I started narrowing my topic down to just computer tech videos, that gave YouTube a big signal that when this guy makes a video, we need to send it out to people that are interested in tech topics, especially Windows. So I started hammering Windows this, Windows that, how to this, how to that. And most of my traffic came from searches where people were just doing how to, blah, blah, blah. And I targeted what I thought would be the most frequently asked or the most valuable topics, things I could save people a lot of money and help them eliminate a lot of problems that they had. And I did a great job presenting it. And YouTube realized it. The viewers were happy. They had a high satisfaction. They watched a lot of the video. YouTube picked up on it. And the next time somebody was searching, YouTube said, let's show them Jason's thumbnail. Or let's put him on number 3. And then eventually number 2. And then number 1. So even today, you can open YouTube search. And hopefully it's still like this. But if you put in like how to shop for a computer, how to buy a computer, how to secure erase my PC, there's just a whole bunch of topics. You'll see that my videos actually come up number 1. I tried to make a thumbnail that had a similar color scheme and, you know, was nice looking but not too complicated. It had a picture of me and a few words on it in a graphic. So that tends to like be my brand. But anyway, so I had to make the video, make it interesting, and then brand it with that thumbnail and a good title, something that just targeted specifically what that video was about. So there is another trick where you have to pick out some keywords that relate to your video, like what's the most thing this video is about, and summarize that into 3 or 4 or 5 different sets of phrases, and those are your keywords. In your title, you should at least put maybe 2 of those keywords in the title somewhere. And of course make it so it's real interesting, a title that drags them into it but also has your keywords. And then when you're typing in the video description, make sure to also include those words up high, like in the first paragraph or the first sentence or 2. And then when you're speaking in the video, make sure that those keywords are at the very beginning. I'm talking like the first 10 or 20 seconds. Make sure you hit all of them in a way that doesn't sound like you're stuffing them into the video just to do it. Make sure it makes sense and it's fun and it's easy to listen to. And then with those signals, YouTube knows exactly what that video is about. Also, down below, you've got tags. When you upload the video, you'll see it'll ask you for tags. Those can also be important to help stack all these things together to make sure that YouTube really targets the video to the people who want to see it. The people who want to see it will watch it for a long time. If YouTube blindly shoots it out to anybody and everybody, the majority of those people don't want to see it and they stumbled on it somehow, so they're going to disappear. That kills your retention and hurts the video. So, just take my advice on those tips about creating the videos. In the end, I think that really is the thing that makes the difference. As you can see, there's lots and lots to know about how to be successful on YouTube. You don't have to do everything perfect. As a matter of fact, you can put a really good first video out, really not knowing much, but if it's a great video, YouTube's going to go with it, send it to everybody, and you'll take off right away. But that's few and far between, so it's more important to make sure that you do a great job as much as you can to help your videos at first take off and be successful. This is really, it's a summary of like 2 years of what I learned, and I kept watching those how to do this on your video and how to do this on your YouTube channel, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours. So I've kind of summarized this to the things that are really important that stick in my mind, and I made this video to share it with you guys so you don't have to go through all that. So feel free to watch this video several times or back up, take notes. I'll try to put something good in the video description and try to apply as much of it as you can. And the key is, while you're doing that, don't get frustrated and don't give up. That's where most people go wrong, is they're learning and learning and learning. It's just not happening quick enough and they give up. But if they would have made like 1 or 2 more videos, they might have hit the topic or hit the exact way YouTube wanted it to be that would have made it take off. So then all of a sudden you'll jump from like 800 subscribers to 1,200 to 2,000 to 3,000, and it comes really quick and you're just like, whoa, what is going on? It's a great day when YouTube sends you email saying that you've met the monetization requirements. It's like, yay, happy dance, finally. As you can see, there's tons and tons of stuff to know about YouTube and how to do it right and be successful. You don't have to do it perfect. If you make something great, YouTube will just realize it and it'll take off. But a lot of times you really do have to put some strategy into it to get to the point where you start to build, be successful, get monetized, and then grow your channel from there. Oh, wait a second. There's something I almost completely forgot. You guys are awesome for making it this far in the video. So what I have is a summary that I typed after all those hours of learning, and all this stuff relates specifically to just making a video and all the things I found that they're saying will make it take off. So I'm going to share that with you. Now, I'm not going to go into each and every little thing, or actually I'm not even going to go into it at all, but I'm going to get myself out of the way, and then I'll let you take a screenshot or whatever you want to do. So let me get me out and I'll show you the 3 pages of it. Here you go. And down to page 3. So hopefully some of this stuff will be interesting to you, and frequently when I make a new video, I just take a glance at this just to remind myself all that stuff I learned. It just gets overwhelming after a while, but a lot of times things are great just to watch on a list. There are some things about camera setting, and some of it relates to like my gear, but take it for what it's worth. Maybe some of these things will help you too. But thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate it so much, and I wish you guys the best for growing your channel in the future. As always, if you could give this video a like or subscribe to my channel. I do make a lot of awesome tech stuff, so if you have a Windows-based computer, I'm your guy. But anyway, I will see you guys in the future, and I'm hoping your channel takes off like a rocket. Just don't give up. Take care.